Good morning, children. I welcome you to social class. We are seeing our first lesson, tracing changes through thousand years. In the last class, we have saw the fifth and sixth changes during our medieval history. That is region and empire, old and new religious. In region and empire, we have saw about Ghiyazuddin Balban. He ruled our country over 21 years from 1266 to 1287. Entire South India, North India, Afghanistan, and Pakistan were under his control. And then small kingdoms and large empires were also established our country like Chola, Tughlaq, and Mughal. And then after the decline of Mughal dynasty in 18th century, the local rulers they started to influence their rules and asked all the people to follow their language, culture and tradition. So these regions felt the impact of larger pan-regional forces. So from where we got all these data is from the Prashasti. Prashasti means a poem that describes about Delhi Sultanate. And then in old and new religious, we have saw about the development of Hinduism and Islam, that is Muslim. In Hinduism, there were several developments, like they started to worship new gods and they started to construct temples for the new gods, and then the importance of brahmanas were also developed because of their knowledge of Sanskrit. They earned lots of respect, and then the emergence of idea of bhakti were also emerged. And then Muslims, they had two divisions, Sunni Muslims and Shia Muslims. They both have different leaders. And then today we are going to see about divisions of past into periods. Historians made the study of time somewhat easier by dividing the past into periods which possess shared characteristics. And then history, it is broadly divided into two periods, prehistory and post history. And then in prehistory we don't have any written records, and then the period were divided into three parts: Paleolithic, Mesolithic and Neolithic. And then in post history we have the written records like manuscripts, inscriptions, etc. And the period were divided into ancient, medieval and modern. And then during the ruling of British, when the British ruled our country, the British historians they divided our history into three periods: Hindu, Muslim and British. Yes. And then thinking about time and historical periods, historians do not see time just as a passing of hours, days or years as a clock or calendar. Time also reflects changes in social and economic organization, in the persistence and transformation of ideas and beliefs. The study of time is made somewhat easier by dividing the past into large segments, periods that possess shared characteristics. I have explained in before slide, no? Yes. Our historians, they do not see the time as a passing of hours, days or years as a clock or a calendar changes its time and year, but they saw the changes that occurred in social and economic organization and the transformation of ideas into technology. And so to make it easier, they divided into large segments, that is prehistory and post history. In the middle of the 19th century, British historians divided the history of India into three periods: Hindu, Muslim and British. This division was based on the idea that the religion of rulers was the only important historical change, and that there were no other significant developments in the economy, society or culture. Such a division also ignored the rich diversity of the subcontinent. Yes, this division says that except the religion of rulers like Hindu, Muslim or British, there is no other developments in our economy or society and culture. So such a division also ignored our country's diversity. Yes, now few historians follow this periodization. Most of the historians saw the economic and social factors as the major elements of different moments of the past. Yes, in your 6th, you have read about the history of ancient that included hunter gatherers, early farmers, and then people living in towns and villages, and early empires and kingdoms also. And then the histories you will be studying this year was described as medieval history, and here you will find out more about the spread of peasant societies, and then the rise of regional and imperial state formation, and then about forest people, and the development of Hinduism and Muslim as major religions, and then about the arrival of European trading companies also. And then these 1,000 years of Indian history witnessed a lots of changes. There were considerable changes in the Indian history during these 1,000 years. It is quite difficult to describe the entire period as one historical unit. Yes, the medieval period is contrasted with modern period. The modern period is associated with material progress and intellectual advancements. This seems to suggest that the medieval period was lacking in such changes. Yes, therefore, the describing the entire period as one historical unit is not right. Moreover, the medieval period is often contrasted with the modern period because modernity means the change and advancement. This seems to suggest that the medieval period is lacking. Yes, during these 1,000 years, there were lots of changes and developments in our society. So, these levels of prosperity were attracted the interest of European trading companies in our country. Yes, those changes it were attracted the European companies. As you read this book, you can notice that changes, and also you can compare your last year's history that you have read and this year's history, and you can find changes and continuities wherever you can. And now look at the world around you to see what else has changed or remained the same. You can find lots of changes now. Yes, every past it has a change. And then let's revise from first. That's all, your lesson is over. We will revise from first. We are seeing the changes that occurs during the 1,000 years. First change is use of map, new and old terminology, historians and their sources, new social and political groups, new regions and empire, old and new religious, and then at last division of past into periods. Yes, in change 1 we have saw two different types of map. It shows the same area but in different way. Yes, in the change 2 the term is same but the word used to describe it was different. Example, Hind and Hindustan were used to describe our India. Yes, in third change there were lots of sources by manuscripts, inscription, tombs and temples, but it's too difficult to copy because there were no printing press. Only scribes copied by their own hand. So these were some changes in original and copied manuscripts. In fourth change there were lots of new groups were emerged like Rajputs, Sahums, Sikhs, Marathas, and then the divisions of Jadis were also emerged. In fifth change it is about the Delhi Sultanate, and there were lots of rulers and large empires were established our country. And in sixth change the emergence of Hinduism and Islam, and then the Brahmanas respect also. And in seventh change the division of history, like they divided into Hindu, Muslim and British. No, yes, from this lesson we came to know that all technologies and modernity Now we are using, no, now we are enjoying. Yes, everything it has the past history. Yes, note down your homework, children. It is in your page number 14, history book. Who was considered a foreigner in the past? State whether true or false. We do not find inscriptions for the period after 700s. You have to mark it true or false for A, B, C, D. And then fill in the blanks. Archives are places where dash are kept. Dash was the 14th century chronicler. Dash, 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 dash and dash were some of the new crops introduced into the subcontinent during this period. List some of the technological changes associated with this period. And then last question, what were some of the major religious developments during this period? From the first, you have to read your lesson and you can answer it. Complete your homework and submit it to your class teacher. Thank you, children. We will meet in next class.